How dare you mute me?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Where's the manager?
I'm so sorry.
Testing. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Good. Better, best.
You're
Where your good's good and your better's best.
yeah, you're fine. You're fine. You'll be okay. You'll be okay.
I can't remember what that fucking slogan's from now. Something where your good's good and your better's best. It's from a movie.
Yeah.
But I can't think of what it's from.
I've heard that too.
Fuck. Google's gonna be my friend here. Your good is good. Not gallbladder.
Well, gallbladder. This will probably be in the episode. Let's keep this in the episode. So let's
do it.
We're back in the studio. I mean, a little bit of podcast magic. We were gone for the last 3 weeks. It was a little 2 weeks vacation.
What up?
Yeah, welcome back, folks. Well, I mean, I guess you never knew we left, so...
True. See, it's just how good we are. You never know if we're here, if we're not here, what we're doing. Like spies. Jason Bourne for the podcast game.
Yeah, sure. Let's say that. We don't have tracking nodes in our hip, but...
No. I didn't know that was a thing. I haven't watched the Jason Bourne movies.
Oh my god.
I know.
What? What is wrong with you?
I was thinking about that this weekend. I was watching something with Matt Damon.
Yeah,
I was like, I've never watched Jason Bourne. It just popped into my head. I know you're a huge fan of them.
Oh my god.
So I'm surprised I hadn't watched them yet. But I was like, I've just never sat down. I've watched like bits and pieces of one.
There's so much of you I don't know.
I know. I'm sorry.
Oh wow. This changes our whole relationship.
I'm like Shrek. I'm like an onion, right? I got layers. You got to peel me away one at a time.
Like a cake. Everybody loves cake. That's shocking. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the 2 Days Podcast, where Randy doesn't watch good movies, apparently.
And Reg has the most bitchin' handlebar mustache I've ever seen.
Hey. Yeah, you'll be seeing it when we post a picture, but it's disgusting. I'll read out Kat's reaction to it because she wasn't at home.
You did inspire me. I'm gonna go for the first Movember ever for me. I'm gonna go full mo for the month.
Nice.
So.
Yeah, I'm gonna be trimming it back, I think, because this is unsustainable. But
natural.
I just sent her a picture, and her response was, "Yuck! Don't, just don't. If you keep it, then we're calling it No Nasty Time November." And then I said,
"She's a liar."
Yeah, that's true. She can't resist. And I said, I just laughed and I said, I'm going to have it for today and I'll trim it to a regular mustache later. And then she's like, I'm not coming home. So I might be a bachelor now. We're not sure.
Hey, ladies.
Yeah.
I figured I was coming in quiet because I think I had the mic pointed directly at me, like the other mic. That's why I was quiet, Reg.
Could be.
This is on the go. I'm figuring this shit out as we go.
It.
Randy finished Sober October. So we all know what this episode's going to be like.
Yeah. Oh, now you might be too loud. I don't know. Now we'll see. We'll play it by ear.
Yeah.
I think you're okay.
It's going to be Tangent City here.
Yep. Welcome to Tangent City.
Where the words are fun.
Beards are pretty. Yep. New solo tip. That's what this is right now.
Ooh, look at that.
Yep.
That was off the cuff right there.
We're cruising. So, like I said, we're back. This is just us. We don't have any guests today. We're just going to talk about what's on the docket today. Let's talk about how our
fed up with life
Octobers
and the way things were going. They decided to rob a liquor store. No.
Dear Stan.
But the things that are going on, or like you said, our Sober October finished up. How was the month of giving up things for you, Reg?
Well, so to clarify, for those of you that don't know, I went a month and I cut out specifically for me fast food and junk food, which is basically just no drive-through meals, and definitely no chips and
right.
ice cream and chocolate,
right.
The stuff that I just want to binge on all the time.
Yeah,
and it was a little bit hard.
Yeah,
parts of it, yeah,
for sure.
Not to say that I really ate that much better otherwise, unfortunately. I still ate a lot. Like, I ate too much. Like, I always eat too much.
Right, the portion control's the enemy.
Yeah, so I didn't do that well, but I made it. I had a little bit of birthday cake at my niece's birthday party, but I figured that doesn't count because that's not actually what I meant to cut out because I don't really eat cake.
True.
But, so other than that, it's been good. I don't know. Lost like 5 pounds, which isn't nearly enough.
Yeah. They still something.
Yeah, and then a couple of pounds in the beard.
Yeah, there you go. That'll at least 2.5 there.
Chin is cold.
At least you're doing it now and not middle of January.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's always the worst with our stupid respirator.
Granted,
fittings.
we'll have mask fittings coming up this January, so yeah.
COVID will cancel that.
Probably, actually, yeah.
It's canceling everything.
Let's cancel the one thing that'll help you not get COVID.
Yeah. You don't need to worry about mask fittings. No. It's just a respiratory disease.
Yeah.
But no, it was an okay month. I said parts of it were kind of difficult. There were definitely times where I'm like, oh man,
temptation was there.
Yeah, but we stayed strong. So now I need to donate money. How about you?
It went good. I gave up the old marijuana for the month, and I had no complaints really. Like, I mean, I can sort of drop and start whenever I want to, man.
I ain't no addict.
Yeah. But no, it was good. Like first couple weeks were fine, and then, like I've said before on the show, I use it for mostly pain management. I've got a lot of knee pain from football injuries, and being a former athlete and all.
Semi-pro.
So about 2.5 weeks in, it started to the aches and pains started coming back, and I don't like using like Tylenol and shit like that. Yeah. So I just sort of stuck with it. But all in all, it was good. Honestly, I didn't even think about it today until I was like, oh yeah, I can do it now before the show. So let's why not? Right?
Well, and I'm basically drowning in McDonald's free medium fry tickets from the Monopoly thing. So we'll be crushing those next week. But yeah, no, I had no idea that you're using it so much for pain management. Yeah. Otherwise, I would have been like, nah, don't cut that out for a month.
It's all good. I got to learn to deal with it too, right? Can't numb it out all the time.
I guess.
I had to check where my pain tolerance is.
Yeah, not very high, likely.
No,
mine definitely is not.
It's up there, but it's dropping with my age. Same with like my resistance to the cold. Like now that it's dropped to minus 1,000,000 already, I'm just like, oh man, I gotta wear like a jacket at minus 15. I'm like, what is this? I've never worn a jacket.
Hopping into the car, and you're like, crawling into bed. You're like, oh,
you need the heated seat on right away.
Yeah, I don't even have that, but it's different. Yeah, because I used to wear shorts always and forever. Yeah. And now it's like, fuck no.
We just got smarter. That's not that our tolerance dropped.
Well, yeah, that's true. I guess. Yeah, that's true. My legs don't typically get cold and still as it is. Right. It's just, I guess I just wear shorts less.
Yeah. Like yesterday I was working in the shed. It was, I don't know, -5 with the wind chill. It was about 0. And I had like a little plaid jacket on in my shorts. So that was still good.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I had to make a little Halloween sign. Did you guys do candy this year, like a COVID safe kind of thing?
Nope. No, didn't do nothing. We didn't have anyone knock on the door. I don't think anybody with kind of the blizzardy conditions, and I think we had all the lights off, and I just assumed that nobody was going to come by.
Right.
I mean, I hope people did. I know a lot of people that did go out, and I was telling Kat, guaranteed there'll be a lot of people. Well, not a lot, but there'll be some people both giving and going around. Yeah. How about you guys? You guys get people come by?
Yeah, we had. Well, we had box of chips. We bought almost like 50-pack boxes, so I just kind of kept count that way. We had probably, assuming most kids are on the honor system, we had about 56 kids come through. Wow. Give or take. That's the most we've had. So they're like, I'm on a local like Facebook group for New Bothwell or whatever. So they had like a thing where people could put on if they were handing out or if they were doing like COVID safe. That's cool. So for us, we just made a sign that said, Happy Halloween, please take one. And I just put the box out front with a couple of pumpkins.
I saw a picture of someone did exactly that, where they're like, please take one of the candies. Yeah. And like adults knock on the door, and they were handing out little not Mickeys, the little tiny sample bottles of tequila to all the adults.
That's the way to do it.
Make Halloween really worth it.
But no, it was good because I hate for kids to have to miss out on that, because that's kind of like a big thing. And if you can keep it as safe as you can, right? Like we bought the chips, like you let them sit for 3-4 days on their own in a room, so they're as safe as they can be, and then
shoot them out of a potato gun at the kids.
Yeah, exactly. And use some gloves, and I put them outside and all that.
Nice.
Yeah, we're good to go.
Just dip them all in bleach first. And
exactly, right? Just a little coating on the bag. Get it on your
poke
fingers.
a hole in it with a syringe, and then you fill it full of...
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
God, you're smart.
Just to make sure that no one will get sick from COVID. They might get sick
Trump
from...
would be proud of me.
Yeah, he probably will be.
Yeah. No, it was good.
Randy.
I'm glad people still had a good time with it, and were able to make the most of before the big shutdown happens in this province. So
true that. So we are one day away. We're recording this November 1st, hence my glorious handlebar mustache. So as of tomorrow, Winnipeg is going red. No, are they already?
Yeah, no, Winnipeg is going to red on Monday.
Yeah, and the rest of the province is going orange.
Yeah, which we should have been anyway.
Orange. How do you say orange in French?
I don't know.
It's just orange?
I assume just orange. I don't know.
I looked up. I was trying to make a stupid Arizona Coyotes joke of them moving to Quebec.
Right.
So I was going to say like the Quebec, whatever, coyotes are in French. You know what it is in French?
What is it?
Coyote.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
I don't know how it's said. It's
the coyotes, huh?
Coyote. But it's spelled exactly like
right.
coyote. And I was like, well, fuck, there goes the joke. Okay, never mind then.
Sons of bitches.
Yeah. Why did I say that? I don't remember what we were talking about.
We were talking about oranges.
Oh, yeah.
And
Orange.
Code Orange.
Code Orange.
Province shutting down.
Let's
Who's digging me here?
let's find out. What's orange? We're going to find out here,
I
folks.
think it's just L''orange.
Yep. It is literally orange. À la orange. French translation. Or however you might say
it
that.
It is ananas.
À la orange.
Which is a pineapple.
Yep.
Pineapple.
Banana. But, yeah, it's funny that it's pineapple in English and then it's ananas in like everything else.
Right? Weird.
Stupid British people.
But yeah, so the province is Winnipeg's jumping to red, so restaurants won't be dining in anymore. Gyms, I think, are severely reduced capacity, and you have to wear a mask at all times now.
Yeah.
I mean, which was kind of dumb to like, take your mask off at your station, but then walk over to this one with your mask on,
That's
and then take your mask off.
Away.
Yeah, exactly, right? That seemed kind of weird to me anyway.
That's my excuse for why I haven't gone to the gym in a while. Like, mostly I don't want to.
Yeah.
But also, I don't want to. And it's just, I don't know. Because I would feel uncomfortable going into there not wearing a mask, but I'd feel more uncomfortable working out in a mask.
Right.
Just because it feels weird and I don't know. And
if anything, shouldn't you have the mask on at the station where you're going to be going?
Yeah, absolutely you should. Yeah, or whatever you're working out on, you should likely.
Like that's where you're exerting the air, really.
Exerting the air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Expelling the air.
There's
be
the
word
word
I was going for.
Yeah. In and out. Yeah, I don't know. So, yeah, the province is going on lockdown. Our fearless leader is doing a glorious job of making everyone mad at him.
Tombstones anointing in front of his house.
I did see some of that. Yeah,
there's a good example of a peaceful protest.
Yeah, that's super pointed. I don't know how he apparently didn't show up to the press conference or something, talking about all the new cases and
that's where the big upset was from. He just put out a written statement, kind of saying like dark times for the province, and I don't remember the exact statement, but it was just Dr. Roussin and Sigursa or whatever her name is, the top nurse.
Yeah, what is it, Linda Saragusa?
I think that sounds familiar.
I only know how to say that because of Wob Canoe watching his videos. Speaking of which, he posted a thing. Love him or hate him, I don't know, whatever. Whoever's listening to this, however you feel about Wob, I personally very much like him and his politics. But the one line that he had on his social media, basically shitting on Pallister and sort of the PC government and sort of saying like we don't need to show love and let's be community.
Yeah, let's
and
have Code Red stand for love for our community and not a bad thing.
Yeah, and then on his caption it said either lead or make room. And the minute I saw that, I was like, "Oh yeah, buddy. Yeah.
That's
make room."
That's his rap days coming out.
Yeah, just drops the mic.
Yeah, I want to battle on the legislative floor for premiership.
How could 6 dicks be such pussies? Yeah. Anyway, so the province is going on little old lockdown.
Yeah.
Spend some time with your family.
Right.
I still don't have it that I know of, so we're good, I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're good. I mean, no symptoms here, no nothing. My circle stays small. I go to work and I come home. I really don't do much else. So.
Likewise, I don't. Well, I mean, I work more mobily around Winnipeg than you do, I think. So, I mean, I probably do have more chances of exposure than you do, perhaps. But I'm always masked up and I keep my distance and I don't make out with strangers too often. So
it's hard to do, but
it's hard not to do.
Yeah, we do our best to control our urges here.
Yeah. Whatever. You do you. You do you.
No, I think I think rightly the government is taking a lot of the blame. I mean, we were doing so good in July, and then everything just kind of, it was like, oh, come to Manitoba because we got nothing going on here. Come on in. And I don't necessarily agree with I feel bad for small business owners who are going to have to close again.
For sure.
I don't know how many of the new cases are from like dining in restaurants, because you don't hear about a lot of potential exposures at restaurants in the city. Like they have their lists that they put out on COVID bulletins. And I haven't heard of much. It sounds like a lot of it is coming from people getting together and having large gatherings more than...
And I think also clubs and bars and stuff.
More than the, coming into contact with a stranger at a restaurant for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So I get the safety point. Don't get me wrong. I want everyone to be safe. But I do feel for these business owners that are going to really struggle if the government doesn't help out here.
Yep. That's true. I don't know. It's just sort of like the same old thing. We covered it so many times. It's like, it is what it is. I'm so over, like, my hockey season is likely canceled now because of Code Orange.
Right.
And that sucks, but it is what it is. I'm not going to be mad about it. I'm not going to rip my hair out or whatever. It's just, well, I just shaved it off, but that's,
but rip it out.
No. But frankly, let's just do our best, move forward, and talk about other things. Mm-hmm. Speaking of talking about other things, we should maybe talk about our sponsor, Randy. What do you think?
What do you think? Speaking of Reg just shaving, you know what else I'm sure he shaved today? Aside from his face, was those little round hangers he's got going on down there.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, not to get too graphic, but this episode of the Two Days Podcast is brought to you by Manscaped.
Oh, boy.
Yep. The best in men's below-the-waist grooming. They offer precision engineered tools for your family jewels.
See, Reg is good at this because he had the whole spiel up that we're going to go over here. And I did, and I got to find it again. Because, you know, when you're going through an app and you, like, close it back.
Oh, and then it disappears?
Like, shit, I got to go there.
Then it disappears.
So that's going to happen. So bear with me. But I know this thing is made with a ceramic blade, Reg.
That is one of the points here. Yeah, you're right.
It does not nick you in your most sensitive areas.
You just got to be careful. Like with anything, you know, if you get a little too aggressive, I'm sure it could be a little bit rough for you.
For sure.
They do the very best to not do that. They've redesigned the electric trimmer. They perfected the greatest ball hair trimmer ever created and just released the new and improved Lawnmower 3.0 in Canada.
Let me tell you, this thing runs slick.
Yeah.
Real slick, okay? I've used it a couple times now, and I haven't had any issues. You know, it's been good. It runs nice and smooth. This thing's got a 7,000 RPM motor, Reg.
You got this right memorized, don't you?
I know,
Look
it's
at you.
not even up right now. That's the way I roll. 7,000 RPMs, Reg, okay? Like 7,000. My car can't even go with 7,000 RPMs, okay? This thing runs like a top.
Like a top. Whatever that means. Yep, certainly runs like a top. So we've all gone years without using the right tools for the job. You can be one of the first men in Canada to experience their life-changing products. Because myself included, I've used a shoddy old trimmer for a long time, and I always kept, you hover a little above the testicles, and you just sort of you don't want to hurt yourself. Because I've definitely had a little bit of hair pulling, a little bit of little
for sure. And for the fellas, I've seen a lot of things about guys nicking themselves with other products and stuff. Keep the skin tight first of all. If you're gonna shave, keep your skin tight and give yourself a little check because none of us want lump. It's Movember. It's kind of Cancer Awareness Month for the boys.
It's a good segue. 100%.
While you're down there, definitely give yourself a quick check. Feel around,
feel yourself up just a little bit.
Yeah,
grab yourself by the balls.
The trick is you take your Lawnmower 3.0. You get yourself nice and smooth. Yeah, and then you feel out for your lumps
and
after.
It has a light. It's basically a flashlight.
Look at that.
You can hold it real nice and tight. It's waterproof, so you can do it in the shower.
Yeah.
Grab the light, trim it up real good, and then go over your balls and make sure there's no lumps. There's no anything that you need to be concerned about, and it'll be all clear. It'll be nice.
This thing's got a 90-minute battery life, okay? So if you want to go through...
Another point. It's just on fire.
It's got 90 minutes of battery, man. You could be in the shower for a good... You need to take time, Maybe you got a real nice set on you, and you got to take time to look over this thing. Okay, it's got this thing's a damn Swiss Army knife. It's got the flashlight.
Got a real nice set on you.
Give yourself a look over and just be safe, because I don't want anybody I know getting caught with something like this. And early detection really is the key to keeping yourself safe.
Yep, absolutely, I totally agree. So make sure you check yourself over, talk to your doctor, get all that checked, and in so doing, this is the perfect trimmer for you. The charging stand is nice and sleek. We should have brought it here for the video, but that's whatever.
Should have. You know what I can do?
Oh,
look at this.
Oh, he might actually have it right here.
Shit, it's upstairs. I lied. It's upstairs.
Never mind. You'll get it. But it's clean. It's sleek. Honestly, you could have it out and it looks nice.
It looks like a facial hair trimmer. Yep. Honestly, no one would think.
Frankly,
twice about
you could probably use it a little for your face.
You could for sure. Probably if you wanted to. You can get a pretty close shave.
If you want to go balls to face or face to balls, whatever. Ass to mouth.
Well, your towel goes from your balls to your face. Probably, you know what happens.
Should it?
Not without even thinking about it, though, right?
That's true.
Sometimes you're just wiping, and it's like, oh shit,
just right from the balls up to the face. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. So, in saying, guys, if you want to keep your balls safe and you want to keep your testes their besties, what you're going to do is you're going to go to manscaped.com.
And what's the code, Randy?
The code is IDIOTS. That's IDIOTS.
Wow.
You know what you're going to get? You're going to get 20% off, and you're going to get free shipping.
Free shipping. Free. They'll just send it right to you without having to pay for it to get there.
It's a good deal.
Yeah, it shows up. It's in this beautiful box that Randy had there. It's all neat. It's all clean. It's amazing. It's a good product. Tremendous. Sure.
They have an array of things too, right? We're not talking just the trimmer. They got ball toners.
Yep.
Right. They got deodorant for your boys
and just regular body wash.
Yeah, exactly.
They got, like not handbags. Well, maybe, but they got toiletry bags. They got mints. They have underwear. They got t-shirts.
They got everything.
Yep.
They got it all.
I've worn their underwear. It's not bad.
I'm wearing it right now. It's excellent. It's very sleek.
Yeah.
Hugs you nice and tight.
Let's go to manscaped.com. At the checkout, you type in idiots, you get 20% off plus free shipping. So let's get that bush to tush clean.
Ooh, that's snazzy.
Yep. Let's make
one
your
more
testes
time, guys. I just told you I went over red. See,
no,
I was on fire.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I cut you off too.
Anyway, what we're gonna do one more time is we're gonna go to manscaped.com.
Yes, right.
At checkout, input the code idiots. You're gonna get 20% off. And free shipping. Christmas is coming up.
That's true.
You know, you got a guy on your list that you know needs a shave. You know, maybe it's your husband, maybe it's your, I don't know who it is.
It's your boyfriend, it's your
maybe
whoever.
It's your grandpa. I don't know.
If you know someone with testicles, likely they have hair on them or have had hair on them and need to be cleaned up.
Exactly.
So, go to manscaped.com, use the code idiots, help yourself out.
Do it.
Yeah.
And help us out.
Yeah. All right. Enough of that.
We're back to your regularly scheduled programming.
Hey, Peter. We're back.
What else is going on, Reg? I mean, outside of the show, we haven't really talked a whole lot.
That's true. That's true. Life's been so hectic. I haven't really talked to anybody about anything. Going to school and just being tired.
How's school going?
It's fine. Like I don't know.
Are you half the student you used to be, Reg?
Probably exactly the same student I was when I used to be. So arguably not that good.
Do as little as possible and rely on that big old brain of yours.
It seems to be working. Like a couple of assignments and tests, it was like 85%, and I was like, okay, I don't know what she's marking based on, but it seems to be working, and that's exactly how high school was. I would.
She just likes your rugged good looks.
Probably, yeah, with the mask especially.
Yeah, for sure.
But no, I mean, in high school, I would always, I wouldn't study for things very often. And then I would just sort of coast and hope for the best. And then I was averaging 70s, 80s. It was great. It was fine.
I did the same thing. It did not work out as good for me.
And I don't know how, and I don't know why, but I guess I just know enough. And it's interesting because when I first started the class, it was difficult because trying to break off the rust of like trying to be engaged in a subject that I don't really care about.
Right.
And then kind of keep the brain on that path for 6 hours a week. Mm-hmm. It was a struggle, but now that it's sort of broken free,
right?
It's not so bad.
Yeah, you got the routine down.
Yeah, it's still not something I particularly enjoy, but it's working.
Yeah,
we'll see.
School was never really for me, so I was just kind of school was never really for me, so it was just kind of to go back now would be tough. I mean, I plan on it and I want to, but it'd be very hard for me to kick back into that learning mode.
Yeah. It's not for everybody. And now, I don't know, school sounds like it sucks.
Yeah, for sure.
It wasn't great anyway, but yeah, so life's been kind of hectorino. I finished Schitt's Creek.
Oh, there you go. How was that?
Amazing. Have you not watched it yet?
No, I haven't started it yet.
Randy!
I know, man. I got so much shit on the go.
Oh, my God!
It's your fault that I'm on Ray Donovan right now, so you can't get mad at me.
Give it up for a little while. It's only 6 seasons of Schitt's Creek. They're half-hour episodes. Blow through it. You'll love it.
Can't do it.
You'll love it.
I'm hitting as soon as I'm done. Ray Donovan. I'm off to the Good Lord Bird.
What the fuck is that?
It's a show with Ethan Hawke and Daveed Diggs from Hamilton fame. He plays Thomas Jefferson.
Oh, okay.
And Lafayette, and it's about like basically Ethan Hawke is like a batshit insane white abolitionist.
Oh,
and Daveed Diggs plays Frederick Douglass.
Oh,
so it's about them like trying to help get slavery abolished and stuff. And it looks pretty wild.
That does sound good. But watch Schitt's Creek.
I've heard it's good. I mean, it swept the Emmys this year. So.
Oh my God, it's great. And I didn't watch it for ages because frankly, it was a CBC show, and I'm like, CBC sucks. And like,
okay, I got a thing here. Now, CBC catches a lot of shit, right?
Yeah.
But if you watch the CBC lineup from like 8 o'clock on, they got some pretty raunchy shows going on.
Oh, do they? I think you mentioned it to me before.
Yeah, like Working Moms is great.
And don't they show titties?
Yeah, they do for sure. I mean, there's a point where like the chick is sleeping with her boss's kid, and like he just like likes to suck on her tit milk. It's kind of strange, which you never thought you'd hear about on a CBC show.
It's like The Boys.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah.
He's basically Homelander on CBC. So disgusting. Right? So they got that. They got I can't say enough about the Baroness von Sketch show. I guess I'm really into like women-led TV shows.
You seem to
nowadays.
be, yeah.
But they got good shit, man.
What about men's rights, Randy?
I know, right?
What about men's empowerment?
Fuck, we're the real minorities.
We're the most oppressed class in the world. Us white straight men,
for sure.
How do we even get by?
I don't know, man. It's tough in today's society.
Giving women all these shows and all these rights.
We can barely get ahead here. Jeez,
we can almost make a full dollar over them. It's ridiculous,
right? Like it's nuts. I mean, you know, we lost $1 and they only lost 78 cents, right? So what's going on here?
Right? Speaking of wealth inequality, not to steal from your point, I recently heard a thing that in the U.S., it was something about reparations and stuff, which can go either way. I don't know. But the point was the average, what was it now? If the average black American make, what percentage do you think that they make? Not a percentage. Like if the average white American makes $1, how much do you think the average black American makes?
I'm gonna say not based on gender, just
historically,
just the color difference. I'm gonna say like I want to go low because I feel like it's bad.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna say 46 cents.
15 cents.
Holy shit!
Yeah. That's how bad the wealth inequality is. And they said that the average, and this was off of Science Versus, a podcast that they do. They have plenty of research. I'm not just throwing this out, but and I'm probably mangling it, but it's basically roughly that. But they said that the average American white high school dropout makes more per year in salary than the average black college graduate.
Wow, that's ridiculous.
Think of that. Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
That just makes me sad.
It does, and it should. So they were talking about like baby bonds and other types of ways to try and give people a little bit more money. Gotcha. Yeah. Do you know what a baby bond is? No. It's a weird idea. Like it's a fun name.
Money for having babies?
Well, no, you give the babies money.
Oh, okay.
So basically,
like to help set them up in the future kind of
basically
thing? Right.
So then every kid, instead of doing reparations, because now how do you judge that over decades of different, because not everybody was descended from slaves, but almost every black person was affected by Jim Crow and other types of racist policies. But how do you do that? So now this idea is a baby bond is the name, but basically every baby gets a certain amount of money in an account. Right. And then they get to use it when they're 18 or whatever.
So it's like, hey, instead of us trying to pay for the past, let's just start fresh and go forward.
And we try and give you something to live on while and the numbers might be just crazy different. Like a white baby might get $500, and then a black kid might get like $50,000.
Right. Gotcha.
And then when by the time and apparently in that range, I think it was 550,000. They did a study. I don't know where this lady was a professor or studying it, but. And it almost completely closed the wealth gap.
Really?
Based on their math or whatever. Instead of it being like 40 times different or something, it was 1.5 times different.
Oh, really?
After the study was completed or something.
Right.
And people would get pissed.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Pissed.
You couldn't give anybody more than anybody else. There'd be a big shit show.
As far as I'm concerned, giver.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
And
if it's going to even things out.
Yeah, and there's families that, have historically been shit on forever and ever and ever and ever. So if they have a little bit more money at the end of the day, that's probably for the best.
For sure. Absolutely.
I don't know. It's interesting. So baby bonds.
It's almost like a UBI for babies.
Sort of. Yeah. but not quite, I guess. But yeah, in a way that every kid. But it would cost something like $80 billion a year because there's like 4 million kids born in the U.S.
Like 5% off the military budget.
Yeah, weird. Yeah, probably not even. What was their military budget last year? $700 billion,
something like that.
Yeah, so a small price to pay.
Right. Where's Bernie Sanders when you need him?
Yeah, I wish I could do a Bernie Sanders impression.
I don't even think I know what he sounds
Free!
like. Give the kids their college.
Yeah, pretty much. You gotta put your head in your chest.
Yeah.
And just like crumple in on yourself.
It's just like Larry David, but a little chubbier and a little older.
Yeah. But yeah, so you should watch Schitt's Creek.
Yeah, we got onto that from female-led CBC comedies.
As we should. That is the main point of why I love that show so much. Because, I mean, you haven't watched it, but I assume you're familiar with kind of the general thing. The rich family goes to a poor town, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then their one son is bisexual or metrosexual. No, he's not pansexual. I don't know.
Okay.
They don't even make it clear. And that's how it's an accepted thing.
Right.
And when the show first started, he was very flamboyantly kind of, it almost seemed stereotypically gay, right?
Right.
Or at least that's how he talked, or metrosexual or some sort of... The very kind of that sort of
anyone who's
inflection.
ever seen Dan Levy would like.
Yeah,
it's exactly. I'm gonna say it's like the vibe he gives off, but like just his mannerisms and stuff.
Not that I knew nothing about him until then, but anyway, so he starts off and then he sort of almost has a love interest with a lady in the show, but then he kind of ends up with a guy, and it's like, but in this town, it's just a nothing thing. It's just nobody makes a big deal about it. Which is how
it should be.
This is exactly, and that's why it's so amazing. It's not like they're trying to project this.
It's not
like
a storyline thing. It's just the way it is.
It's just what they are. That's who they're with. It's how they love. It's their relationship, and it's beautiful.
Right.
And they like you said, they're not trying to push anything down anybody's throat. Like some shows where it's like they have to have
you can tell
a gay character
when it's
or whatever.
When it's just part of the show.
Yeah, this is just that. This is their life, and it's glorious. And I've never almost cried so many times in my fucking life watching a show.
That's high praise from coming from.
I know it's gorgeous. It's really, really, really well done.
Yeah.
It's a classic, and I'm glad they cut it off when they did, because I mean, guaranteed with the love that they eventually got, because it was kind of a slow burn, and suddenly it just exploded.
Yeah.
They definitely could have gone another bunch of seasons.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Is they kind of the first season's kind of it is what it is, and the second season it sort of really finds itself.
Yeah, they sort of all find their rhythm and stuff, and I'm just glad. I like it when shows take it and just end it. We're like, we're done now. This is the story we want to tell. It's finished. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. Speaking of ending on a low, Dexter's coming back.
Yeah,
for some reason.
Eh? I was excited.
Who's asking for it?
I don't know. I mean, the thing that I'm excited about with this is that because he switched locations right now. He's a lumberjack. He was a lumberjack in Canada. I don't
with
know
a really gross pubic beard.
I know. I don't know how they're going to explain that away. Or if maybe they're just going to set it in Canada now. I don't know. They have a little Canadian serial killer running, or American serial killer running around in Canada. But anyway, so I'm excited because you don't really you can throw away the rest of the show, right? Like the Deb stuff is all gone now, right? It's not like she has to keep factoring into the show. And that's what a lot of people were pissed off about. Like, well, why is he like in love with his sister? What's going on there? And like, oh, his sister wants to fuck him? Like, what is that, right? Like, that was a weird storyline.
Yeah. Because weren't they like adopted or something?
Yeah, they're not blood related, right? But you can basically start fresh. It's a fresh palette. You can have all the same characteristics of Dexter, and all the things that people loved, and basically do away with everything they didn't like.
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong. It's just, I don't know. I was perfectly fine to just let it die.
Right.
But be done with it. Because the way it ended, I was so bitter and salty, and it was stupid. They should have just let him drive that boat into the fucking storm and end it.
Right.
Spoiler alert for people who haven't watched a show that's a decade old.
Yeah.
But, just let it be over. And I could have made my peace with it. It's finished. It's done. Right. But now that I just feel like they're trying to, beat the dead horse, as it were, and just sort of ring a little bit more.
Well, a lot of Hollywood's doing that, right? That's kind of the way it's going. I don't know. I'm excited. I'd like to see where they go with it. I mean, you could have a change Dexter now dealing with the trauma of his family being like his sister's gone, right? And he's got to process that. Maybe he's a little unhinged. and then maybe, you know, someone comes back around that kind of centers.
I
him
was
a little
super
bit.
bummed when his wife gets killed, though.
Right.
Yeah, that was by John Lithgow.
Yeah,
Lithgow.
the Trinity Killer.
Yeah.
I was watching Shrek the other day, and all I could think about was him when he was doing Lord Farquaad.
Some of you may die, but that is a sacrifice I am willing to make.
Quote Brian Pallister.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say that's basically the Pallister regime. Yeah.
But I'm gonna give it a shot. I'll put it that way. I'll give it a.
What you should do is put it way down the list.
I know.
And watch Schitt's Creek.
I'll get to Schitt's Creek. I promise.
Watch it today.
I can't, man. I got Ray Donovan to finish.
Watch it today.
You suck, Kate. You told me to start this thing, and then season 5 hits, and Abby's got cancer.
Really? I didn't even got that far.
Oh shit, man! Then spoilers for a show that's also pretty old.
Oh, I don't care. I'm not planning on getting back into it. I don't think.
But
cancer,
like the heart, yeah, like good girl from Southie gets cancer.
Got some cancer,
and she doesn't want to cut her breasts off, so she just wants to do it the way she does it. I'm gonna go whoever's watching it. I don't care, whatever. So anyway, and it's like now Ray's got like the center of his whole world is like, and she doesn't want to get help. She doesn't want to get better. She just kind of wants to die.
Well, she's always been kind of depressed because I watched, I think, up to season 3-ish, somewhere in there, maybe season 4. I don't remember.
Yeah,
but she's been miserable forever.
Right. And she gets better. Like, I hated Abby at the start of the show. But her character does really evolve, and she really becomes, like, the emotional heart of the show. And then when season 5 hits, and it starts as she's already gone, and now you're piecing together what happened.
Oh, she dies.
And, like, Ray's in prison because he got into a fight, and, like, you're figuring out what happens as the season goes.
Huh.
And it's really good. If anyone's on the fence about watching it, I say give it a watch.
Even though now you know how season 5 goes.
Yeah, exactly. Like the seasons do all kind of have the same premise, but the way they change the stories enough to keep you interested is pretty good.
Yeah, it's good. Like, it's a great show. Well, from what I watched, I just sort of got tired of the, don't ask me about it, Abs, and then he would just walk away, and I'd be like, fucking stop it. Like, just tell her. Yeah. Just like be honest. The communication, you prick.
Traumatized, man.
I know.
Lots of trauma.
Get it. Because of Catholics.
He was diddled as a kid, man. You gotta let him get through that.
And I get it. But, like, she's on the verge of leaving you, man. Like, talk to her.
But, yeah, no, definitely. Once I finish that, then we'll see where I go from there. But
Schitt's Creek.
We'll see.
And then sprinkle in a Bourne movie here or there.
Yeah, maybe. That'll be on my own time.
Yeah.
That'll be the late night viewing.
Well, I know the first one is excellent. The second one is not so bad. The third one, they kind of start to peter off. But the first one's a classic that you should watch for sure.
Yeah. I've always heard high praise about it.
Matt Damon. Okay, let's talk about something here.
What are you talking about, Reg?
Did you know Al Bundy is a jiu-jitsu black belt?
I did not know that.
I didn't know that either. And there's nothing to this. I just heard about it recently. And I thought it was kind of interesting that the actor, whatever his name is,
I guess it's Ed O'Neill.
That's what it is. Yeah, Ed O'Neill.
Also of Modern Family fame.
Yep.
Playing Jay.
Yes, sir. He's great, but I had no idea. But yeah, he's a jiu-jitsu black belt.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Doesn't look like the type, to be honest.
I have a picture for you, Reg. Does Ken Shamrock in 2019 not look like Al Bundy on a shitload of steroids?
Yes.
I implore anyone to go look at that picture. Maybe we'll throw it up on the feed.
Wow. We might have to. That is Al Bundy.
But, yeah, man.
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't have anything to do with anything, but I just wanted to mention.
I didn't know that, but good for him. I love Ed O'Neill. He was always a funny guy.
Yeah, a bit of a misogynist and a bit of a guy's guy in the
no
80s,
man.
90s. Yeah. But
the National Organization of Men Against Amazonian Masterhood.
Well, even Kat's watching The Nanny now.
Oh yeah,
and
Fran Drescher, whatever happened?
It's fine. Actually, she's a big advocate for cancer research now. I think
good for her.
Yeah.
Her voice drove me batty. I couldn't. Yeah.
The show is bad.
Yeah,
it's very, very bad. But occasionally, like there's from The Butler, because every 90s show has to have a butler. Mm-hmm. And there's some sassy, sarcastic lines and stuff, and that's cool. Yeah. There's a couple of laughs from the kids and stuff, but overall, it's not a very good show.
Right.
But, I don't know. It just feels some of the stuff that they make jokes about, or, even watch any of those 90s comedies and you hear some of the lines, it's just like,
I know. It's always hard when you go back and watch some of those shows and you're like, Man, that would just not fly nowadays.
No, it would not. It's
like Married with Children would never get off the ground nowadays.
No. Or the Honeymooners.
Yeah, any of that stuff, right? Archie Bunker was like the most racist man of all time.
Yeah. Or fucking Hogan's Heroes.
Yeah.
Which I've still never watched, but I know about. It's based in a Nazi concentration camp.
I know, right? Yeah.
And it's a sitcom.
I know.
It's bananas. Anyway.
But yeah, no, it's bonkers. But speaking of 90s comedies, I can't remember if I asked you about this when the news got released, but like, did you hear they're going to remake Fresh Prince as a drama?
What?
So, okay, you have to watch the trailer for, it's just called Bel Air. It was like a fan-made trailer that some like movie maker made or TV show director.
Okay. And
it reimagines Fresh Prince as a drama. So it's like Will gets into a fight at the basketball court, right? Yeah. But like he has a gun in his backpack, right? And then the cops show up and he gets arrested. And they're like, then like, you know, his aunt is like, or his mom's like, Will, you gotta get out of here, man. You got a gun with you on the playground? What are you doing? So he gets sent to Bel Air, right, to live with his tough judge fucking uncle and his like young Republican, you know, cousin.
Yeah.
Like I would love to see Fresh Prince now as Carlton as a young Republican black man,
because he would
see that dichotomy, right?
He absolutely would be.
But it gets a whole like super drama, like it would be on like an HBO show kind of thing. And Will Smith said, "I love this, and we're gonna make this show now." So they're doing the whole thing as a drama from start. Like I want to see. Why am I forgetting the sister's name now? Oh my god! I was just talking about this yesterday.
Fuck! I always forget her name. I want to say Clarice, but that's not right.
No. Shit!
People are screaming.
I know. I do this. I scream at everybody on the podcast I listen to about doing this.
Like, are you talking about the oldest sister?
Yes.
Wait, why isn't it showing up here? I just googled. That's the wrong one. Oh,
Hillary.
Hillary. It is.
So I was trying to think of her talk show, what it was called. But like to see like Hillary in the age of social media, like, and her as like the fashion mogul that kind of she was,
influencer,
talk show host, right? Kind of flipped that. But I'm interested in it, man. He wants to make it, and I think Peacock won the streaming rights for it.
What's Peacock?
NBC's the NBC streaming platform. I'm pretty sure they got the rights for it, so I'm interested. Definitely check out the trailer. It's called Bel Air.
Interesting.
It was just a fan-made thing that Will Smith said, like, "Hey, I love this thing and I want to make it." So, whole new cast, whole new everything. I'm sure some older people might come in and have appearances.
They're still gonna throw Jazzy Jeff out the door
for sure. And like he meets like Jazzy in high school, right? And Jazzy become buddies, and like he's trying to make the basketball team and shit like that, right? So,
yeah, it'll be interesting.
It looks good. Definitely watch it, or maybe we'll watch it after this, and I'll show you. But
yeah, okay. I meant to do this at the beginning, but sadly I forgot. I think we need to do a shout out memorial moment of silence for a friend of ours, or a guy that we know recently committed suicide. Lost a battle with some mental health issues, and also another guy that I used to work with was murdered in Winnipeg.
No way.
Yeah, they found him in the river apparently.
Wow.
So he was schizophrenic. From the story that I've heard, he was schizophrenic. His parents eventually kicked him out because he went off his meds, and he was, I guess, tough to handle. He was briefly homeless, and it sounded like he was kind of getting his stuff back together. And he went to where a friend of mine was working, and my friend asked him, like, "Are you doing okay?" Like, this is where he used to work, and he's like, "Nah, I'm not doing so good. But can you hold this for me? I'm just gonna get my wallet." And this was like 3 days before they found him in the river. And,
wow.
The friend of ours, you and me, Jamie Bilby, our hearts go out to their family. I realized this is a couple weeks after it happened,
for sure,
but it really kind of struck me. The guy was 31 years old, just barely older than us.
It always hits closer to home, and it's someone you know and someone close to your own age. You certainly feel your own mortality, and you kind of realize how precious it is to tell the people you love that you love them while they're here, and to always be open to listening to people, and just reaching out and asking, "Hey man, I know it's been a while, but how you doing? How's the family? Are you doing 100%. Okay?" Just keep those lines of communication open,
and we try our best to, of course we just talk shit, but to kind of emphasize the importance of mental health and even just men's health in general, because a lot of guys don't feel like they can talk about that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I know, again, neither of us knew him that well, but we knew of him, and you know, it's a bummer
for sure.
So if you're out there and you're struggling, please reach out, guy, girl, whoever you are. Guaranteed there's someone that cares.
For sure.
You can reach out to us if you like. Shoot us an email, or, you know, reach out to us on social media. Like, you know, we're happy to talk or try and direct you in a way that that hopefully we can help out.
For sure.
So our thoughts go out to Jamie and my coworker or ex-coworker Mo. I actually don't know his full name. I think it's Mohammed. I don't know his last name.
Right.
But anyway, it's so sad, when you hear of people that you know that are now gone. So
for sure,
like I said, our thoughts go out to their families, and wishing you all the best.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Yep. Speaking of deaths that I care less about, Sean Connery died.
Yes, he did.
I don't know if I'm just too young, but frankly, I don't care.
Right. I mean, you could argue he's the James Bond. It's
Sean Connery.
He's probably largely responsible, as the studio had said, that like for Bond being as popular as he is.
I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
I never really watched his Bonds. I may have seen one or two. I'm not a big James Bond guy to begin with.
Yeah.
And Pierce Brosnan was always my dude. That's who was Bond when I was growing up.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a big passing. The dude was an acting legend.
Yeah.
Hunt for Red October was Jerry's favorite movie of all time.
Yeah.
Anytime it was on TV, she would watch it. She loved that show. I always liked him in as much shit as League of Extraordinary Gentlemen gets.
I never watched it, I don't think.
I enjoyed it, and Sean Connery is
wasn't Catherine Zeta-Jones in there too?
I don't. Does she play the vampire lady?
I don't know.
I don't remember. Anyway, but yeah, no, it's you know, I was mostly remembered for his accent, I guess, for a lot of people.
And a little bit for beating his wives, but that's
you know, he believed an open palm was discipline and a backhand was abuse. So
yeah,
I mean, he was a 90-year-old man. He was of that generation, right? So
yeah.
Not that I'm condoning it by any means.
Okay, Randy.
But that's the way they think, right? Yeah, no, he'll be missed. He was a big icon in Hollywood, and you know, sucks to have them go, but these things happen. And 90's a hell of a long life, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I can acknowledge his impact. It's just personally, I don't.
Right,
I felt nothing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Felt nothing. So. Have you seen the Dallas Stars New Jerseys?
I have not. Oh, the neon green things? Yeah, I don't mind them.
I like them.
Yeah.
I like them. I thought you might like them for sure.
Yeah, I don't mind them at all.
I do like them.
I mean, anything closer to Rough Rider colors, Danny.
Oh, God,
me, right?
no. That's not why they're nice.
No, but they're black with like neon striping, right? With all the
full-on like neon green piping and
yeah, I like it, man. Like it beats having like a black and gray jersey with a color logo. Like I like that the colors kind of through the whole thing.
It's weird and it's unorthodox, and typically it's not something I might like. But I don't know. The first time I saw it, I'm like, okay, I dig it. I dig it. I think it'll pop. Again, not that it matters. We're sort of bouncing around on stuff here today.
It is what it is. This is a solo episode.
There ain't no thing.
Ain't no thing.
Ain't no thing. Ain't no thing.
Thing.
Where were you when they built the ladder to heaven?
Oh my god. But yeah, no, you know, I guess they got to do what they got to do to boost some sales, and who knows when pro sports are going to go back to being what they were, right?
Make pro sports great again.
Do it. Who's winning the election, Reg? I guess we're like 2 days out from the election. Kanye's independent.
Yeah.
What a run. Joe Rogan Experience just put him on the map.
Oh my God. I listened to that whole episode, and throughout almost the entire thing, I wanted to turn it off.
Right.
Because it's just, he sounded less crazy than I thought he was going to, like as far as his cadence and his rhythm and sort of how he speaks.
Right.
But like, dude, like there were so many times that Rogan was trying to be like, what would you do?
Yeah.
And then he's like, well, he essentially said, well, when I get in, I'll have all the information, and I'm such a genius that I don't make bad decisions. I'll just figure it out.
You see all these Grammys? I could lead a country.
Yeah. It's like I was $53 million in debt last year, and now I'm worth $80 billion or whatever he claims. And I'm like, okay. But like there was no policies. It was just like, once I have all the information, that's one of my gifts. I just make good decisions.
Gotcha.
I'm like, okay. I mean, frankly, is that any different than Trump?
Right.
No, but I don't I don't know. I don't know. And frankly, the issue is that even if Biden does technically win, Trump has made it very clear that he's going to shit on the results and say that they're fake, and he's been basically saying that for weeks already.
Yeah, there's no promise of a peaceful transition of power,
which is bananas. Like he's basically been saying for months that it's going to be rigged and that the only way they can win is if they rig the election and all this other bullshit. And it's like, buddy, you don't even want to be there.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
he likes the power, man.
Yeah, you can now cash out and have Secret Service guards for the rest of your life, for all your kids. Your name is now worth more than it ever was, good or bad.
Isn't the salary like $400,000 a year or something?
$450,000, something like that.
Life?
Yeah. I don't know what it is.
The money, but
wow, that's debatable.
Yeah,
but I don't actually know what
tax returns, Donald.
Yeah, I don't even actually know what the salary is in perpetuity. Do they get paid forever?
I'm pretty sure they get paid for the rest of their life. Yeah.
Well, that's silly.
I'm almost certain I've read that.
Makes sense, somewhere. I guess. Yeah. It's likely even in Canada when you get your government pension, you just get paid forever and ever and ever and ever.
No, I my head wants to say Biden will win, and I hope he does, because let's just at least I know politicians are shitty, but let's at least have a politician in office who's been in the game for a long time.
And honestly, people always say, like even with Trump, they're like, well, he's going to have advisors and stuff who are going to help him. But then everybody on his cabinet were like, oil guys or pharma guys or military guys. And it's like, you're not that he's trying to pretend that he's for like the small guys and we're going to drain the swamp, but he just fills it with these like ex-executives.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. So I think that I feel the same way based on all the polling, which is super funky and doesn't really work.
Like apparently even Texas is close. And that's
Georgia's
surprising.
close too.
Yeah.
Which is bananas because Georgia has been staunchly red for a long, long time. And now apparently it's within like single digits variation right now in Georgia.
I think I saw it was on the news in Texas. It was like 49 to 47 like percent the split for Dems and Republicans.
Yeah. I don't know. And they should abolish the Electoral College because it's bullshit. And frankly, it started because it's racist.
Yeah, exactly. Like most of America.
Yeah, pretty much. The only reason it's a thing is because slaves were considered 3/5 of a man. And they, the southern states had more slaves than they had actual, quote, voting Americans. Right. And they needed the benefit of this system to have any power, to have equal power to the other states.
Yeah.
So it's another dark thing, and it doesn't work. Yeah, it doesn't fucking work.
Yeah,
I was watching John Oliver yesterday, and he was kind of going over how in many different ways the Electoral College and just voting in general doesn't work in the U.S. because it's what is it now? Four of the last 5 presidents, or 4 of the last 5 elections, Democrats won the popular vote, regardless of who the president ended up being. Right. It's like so. What does that tell you?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't
for sure.
But yeah, I also, I don't particularly like Biden either. But
Sleepy Joe.
Yeah, gonna put him in his basement, shoot him up with drugs. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah. I don't know. It's gonna be a crazy Tuesday.
It will be
because with all the mail-in stuff, whether or not it'll end up be counted by the end of the week, by the end of the month.
Well, at last count, it was like over 80 million people had already put in through the mail or had voted early.
Anyway. Yeah. So then what? And then there's talk of possibly stacking the Supreme Court and all that nonsense. I'm curious, Randy, how many Supreme Court judges are in Canada?
Fuck, I don't know, man. Like we talk a lot about politics on this show, and that is not my category at all. I'm slowly learning as we talk about it more, but 22. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Okay, I'll say
But maybe. I'm actually looking it up right now. I should have looked it up earlier.
Yeah, I'm going to say 20. Nice round number.
Okay. I think you're still too high.
They probably. I don't know, man.
Judges. So currently, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Just makes you think of the first order. Supreme leader.
just like the U.S., we have 9 judges.
Okay. There we go.
But it's just one of those things. They always have those shows where you ask the average whoever,
Yeah.
and nobody knows anything about anything. Yeah. The Right Honorable Richard Wagner, Chief Justice of Canada.
There you go.
One.
Speaking of trivia shows, you know what show they just came back with? The Weakest Link.
Really?
Yeah, Jane Lynch hosts it.
Who?
Jane Lynch.
Who's Jane Lynch?
From
Jane
like
Lynch.
Role Models. You can't bullshit a bullshitter.
Yeah.
She does the hosting. She does a pretty good job actually because she plays a good bitch, right?
I haven't watched a single game show
Yeah.
in years.
Right. But you haven't had cable for a few years too, right?
That's true. And also I don't really enjoy them.
Right. I don't mind the Weakest Link because it's different in that it's a team-based trivia game, right? So you start with 9 people or 8 people, and then as you answer questions, you go up the chain, right? So your chain starts at $100, it goes to $15,000, right?
Yeah.
And as you answer questions, then your bank goes up, and then you have to bank the money to get the money.
Yeah.
People, the season that's been on now, people play it all wrong all the time because they get 2 questions right and then they bank, and then 2 questions right and then they bank. It's
why is that bad?
Because you're only banking. So say your levels are, say it's 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40,000, right? For your chain, right? So they'll bank 10,000 to get the question right, then they bank. But if you go your first round and everybody answers right, you're going to bank 250,000 as opposed to say 50,000 if you all just bank the first question.
So then it starts over.
Yeah, once you bank, the chain starts over.
Okay, yeah.
Right? So yeah, it didn't make much sense to me to do it that way.
Maybe you should go on the show.
I should be on it. But anyway, I thought it made me think of game shows that went away and came back.
What game show would you want to be on?
My dream show to always be was Price is Right as a kid. Growing up, I always wanted to be on Price is Right. Yeah. Anytime I'm spinning a reel at work, I just think it's the big wheel from Price is Right.
Yeah.
That'd be my dream show to be on.
That's fair.
What would be yours?
Considering I thought of that question just now and I've given it zero thought,
Jeopardy would be cool too. I wouldn't mind being on Jeopardy.
It would be cool. I would feel really stupid and I wouldn't do very well.
I'd be like that guy who's hovering at $1,000 the whole time.
Or minus 1,000. Frankly, I don't know. Maybe it would be Jeopardy. What's a good game show? Yeah. Yeah, probably something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
I mean, Wheel would be cool too. All the old game shows, like Wheel, Price is Right, kind of the staple game shows.
Yeah.
I think they'd be fun to do. I just want to play Plinko, man. That's all I want to do.
Which one's Plinko again?
That's where you slide the puck down the board
drops.
and it's got the pegs. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Plinko or the Yodeler. The Yodeler was always the fun.
The older?
The Yodeler. It's the guys climbing. The people who watch it don't know. They climbing up the hill as you guess prices, and if you go over the price, he falls off the mountain, right? So you have to make him. If you guess all 5 and he doesn't fall off the mountain, if you're within enough money, then you win, right?
Oh, okay.
So
I never watched prices.
As he's going up the hill, it's like yole, yole, and he's going up, and you're like, don't go over the fucking edge. She needs the car, damn it.
Get real into it.
It's suspense, man.
Yeah, I never really watched it. Very briefly, occasionally, and it never really did much for me.
Yeah, it was good shit. Not the same about Bob Barker, but it was good shit. How many of those poor women had to sleep with Bob Barker to get on that show? Why? Those poor Barker's beauties, right? Because he's always got these super hot women to introduce the prizes and stuff, and it's like Bob Barker's like an old Hollywood cat, right? Old TV show,
just slinging dick.
Yeah, I feel like he might have been pretty grimy, and he's always spay and neuter your pets and all that. So he's probably safe while he was doing it. But come on, you don't think Bob Barker was like,
oh no, yeah,
hey honey, you want to be on the show? Why don't you come sit with old Bob over here?
The Price is Right.
I know those poor souls with that old wrinkly sack all over.
He didn't have Manscaped.
Exactly. See, if he had Manscaped, at least they'd have been smooth.
Just like a bag of oranges.
Yeah, for sure. A couple of mandarins.
Oh, that's gross. I need to watch more Price is Right, I guess, because I didn't realize that was the.
Now they have women and dudes. It's like, yeah.
And Drew Carey's probably sticking with all of them.
Drew Carey looking good, man. He's lost quite a bit of weight. He's looking trim, nice and trim.
Sharp guy.
Still got the skinny mic.
Oh, okay. I figure we got a couple more 5-star reviews recently.
Did we?
Yeah.
Do tell, Rick.
We're officially a 5-star rated podcast on Apple Podcasts, boys and girls. Thank you to you and to whoever did it. Right now, I think I read that one last time. So, St. James guy, whoever this is, and this is the most lukewarm 5-star rating you'll find, titled "Good Entertainment!" Ooh. 5 stars, and in their description it says "Good free entertainment."
Look
period.
at that! Wow.
Yep, that's. I'll take the 5 stars.
Hey, that's one thing we bring you. It's free entertainment.
It's free. You are right.
It's good most
free,
of the time.
It is free. Yep, that's the one. And then another one, Ronnie Peters, a new fan of ours.
Ronnie.
Shy Ronnie. What's that Rihanna song with Andy Samberg? Anyway, he plays a guy called Shy Ronnie.
Oh.
And then Rihanna's like rapping, and they're like, and then she like turns to him, and he just like. And then they go back to Rihanna, and then like eventually they leave, and then he goes all balls out when no one's around.
That's
anyway,
fantastic.
Shout out to Ronnie Peters. For some reason, it cut off your title because Apple sucks, but it basically says best commute entertainment
Ever,
so let's say ever. Yep, ever sounds right. Mm-hmm. In all of the world, in the history of podcasts,
of everything you could listen to.
Yeah,
listen to us.
Exactly. That's what his entire title says. Mm-hmm. Yeah. 5 stars, fun to listen to, great guests and topics. You are right. You're right, sir.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
We are here for you. So that's just the 2 of the new 5-star ratings.
But thank you for the praise. We appreciate it. We really do.
Yep. We certainly do.
You know, keeps us coming back every week for the people. We want to bring the funny for the people.
We're here for the masses.
Indeed.
And the masks.
The masks.
I need to get some funny masks or something.
You should.
I don't have any.
I went and bought a pack from Old Navy, and that's just like gray and blue.
Yeah. I have my work one. Then I have actually another work one, and then Kat bought a bunch of plain black ones. I'm going to order a couple of 2 Idiots podcast masks, I think. If folks listening want one, we'll sell you one.
Yeah, let us know. We'll hook you up.
100%. I didn't take my allergy meds today, so I am stuffed it up.
I got some upstairs.
Yeah, I'll probably steal one before the next one. But yeah, it's I don't know, man. I don't know. We should probably shut up soon.
Sure.
We got another one on the docket.
We do.
We got Fuzzy Boy Mac coming up.
Bitch better show up this time.
Actually, we should probably text him.
What?
We should text him because last time he left us hanging. I'm gonna text him right now while we're on the air.
That little fuzzy peach. You know, he probably doesn't need Manscaped. Mac Duick. But hey, if you want to buy him something, go to manscaped.com. Use code 2idiots. Or no, just idiots.
It's just idiots.
So good. I did so good.
Well, you'll get better.
I will.
You'll get better.
Anyway, use idiots. 20% off.
20% off. Yep. I text him. We'll see if the message sends with your terrible service. But
my service is bad. My internet's better.
My
service is bad.
Randy has almost good internet now.
Yeah, so hopefully in the future, as we're doing virtual visits, you won't have as many clips and glitches.
It's true. Yep. No, it's actually it's good now.
Yeah, instead of got fiber, man. We're moving up in the world. I can get up to 300 megabits a second.
Holla! That's what I have.
I'm not paying for that.
That's what I have for cheap because I just made Bell and
so maybe if we ever get a Patreon going, we'll get better internet
here.
Folks, just send us money.
Yeah. We've been kicking around the idea for a little bit. Maybe we'll think about starting.
That's just it. I don't know what to do for the tiers. Like we could just do a general support us to help us get new equipment and new, set everything up.
Yeah. Like a support us and then have like a, we'll send you stickers at a certain level and
that's
maybe
fair.
we'll handwrite you a letter.
Yeah.
At like a certain level.
For $10,000, Randy will send you a dick pic.
Yeah. mean, hey, 10 grand is 10 grand, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, sex work is the oldest profession in the world, so.
And it should be legal. That's what I say.
Of course it should be.
Should be
We're
legal.
going to start our OnlyFans after this Manscaped sponsorship.
Yeah, people are asking for it, Scott Lampman.
The masses are really
clamoring for...
Really looking for us to...
show off our eggs.
Some bang for their buck.
Yeah. It's fun.
So,
Mac replied, he's on his way. Oh, he made it. He's going to be making it on the show.
He doesn't even fucking know what he's in for. He doesn't know what he's in
We're going to hold him down and shave him.
Yeah. We're going to put it on the Patreon for $10 a month.
His whole body. And shave him clean as a whistle.
Yeah. We're going to show you the power of Manscaped.
And the beauty of it is that he won't know because this drops on Wednesday night.
Exactly. Yeah.
And he'll be here on Sunday.
Yeah. We're time traveling on this show.
Ooh.
Fancy.
Ooh.
Fancy.
Fancy. Speaking of fancy things, did you hear about that cult at Nexium that the lead guy got
the
shit
Vow
on?
was on? Yeah, the HBO show The Vow was about,
Yeah, I listened to a podcast on CBC.
Isn't it called
podcast.
like Nixism or something?
No, it's Nexium.
Nexium?
It's just spelled NXIVM.
Oh, okay.
Like it's apparently pronounced Nexium.
Right.
It's super douchey.
Right.
And the leader got 120 years in the prison.
Boy.
Yeah.
Maybe don't get women to brand their initials or your initials on them. And
yeah.
shit, right?
I mean, I ask every girl I meet to do that.
Yeah.
How
I know you love me, huh?
Yeah.
Ring ain't nothing.
Cat has like 35 of them.
They all sit in a little drawer on top of the dresser. Like, what the hell is that? Where's the loyalty?
Yeah. No, I meant on her body. But anyway.
I see. Gotcha.
It's a lot of fun. But all that being said, it's a bit squirrely. Some of those types of businesses ain't so good.
No.
Ain't so good.
No. I've heard decent things about The Vow, but I've heard like they could have wrapped up about 5 episodes sooner than they did for the show. They're really stretching it out.
Really?
But yeah, good. Fucking put them away, man.
Check out CBC Uncover Escaping Nexium if you want a little bit more concise.
Fucking CBC with the bangers, man.
I know. They're coming in hot.
Do it. Do it. Give Canadian comedy a chance, damn it. And documentaries.
Except everybody keeps shitting on their news. Because
if
apparently
I
they're
have
biased.
a choice, I'm watching CTV over CBC. But.
That's fair. I don't watch news ever. Oh, speaking of which, I didn't make a note of it, but I wanted to mention all the Mi'kmaq stuff and the Mi'kmaq things going on in the East Coast and how the RCMP is kind of fucking up over there.
Dragging their heels a little bit.
Because of a small, basically the several tribes are, I think, included as Mi'kmaq peoples, and they have treaty rights, and they've always had treaty rights, and as of 1999, I think it was, 2001, something like that, it was reconfirmed by the Supreme Court of Canada that those treaty rights still exist, and so they set up their own fishery, and so basically they can fish lobster whenever they want. Yeah. So of that, I think it ended up being 7 fishers that had 35 permits. Right. And then the commercial fishermen, predominantly white folks, got real up in arms about it, that they're fishing out of season and they're going to destroy the numbers and blah, 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 which is bullshit. Apparently the numbers are great. Yeah. There's no reason that it's an issue. And it's so few. Like the commercial fishers
if anyone's going to overfish, it's going to be the dudes with the big equipment.
Exactly. So then these commercial fishers were cutting their traps. They were emptying all their traps out and poisoning the lobsters, and they trapped them in a fucking trailer and like lit it on fire or whatever. Like, and the RCMP basically just were chilling, just being like, okay, you guys do you. Yeah, it's ridiculous. When you flip it around, it's the same thing as, you know, any sort of when the Wet'suwet'en protests going on or any sort of pipeline blockage or anything like that, and the RCMP are sent in and they'll physically remove people because the indigenous are the ones blocking white capitalism. When you flip it around, the RCMP are just sort of like, yep, that seems reasonable. Yeah. Like, fuck off.
Stupid.
I don't... it's just a clear example of how treaty rights are treated like shit, how the Canadian government doesn't care about treaty rights, and they never have. Yeah. And again, we are 2 white folks that don't know our asses from a hole in the ground as far as this situation goes, but frankly, I fully stand in support of the Mi'kmaq.
For sure, man. Me too.
Even though I'm not quite sure, because I know it's there's the Mi'kmaq and then Mi'kmaq and then Mi'kmaq. I don't know. They have different names, and I'm not sure if that's different tribes or a different group. But I support all of that
for sure. Yeah, absolutely. They should have every right to do whatever they want to do on that land.
Frankly, they're more sustainable than all the commercial fishers would be. Yeah. So fuck off, Canada. Smarten up a little bit. Let's get this shit going. Motherfuckers. Apparently, Brian Pallister in his recent, was it a throne speech or whatever it's called, when they redid, or something to the legislature, apparently he wants to ban blocking roads for protests, just like in Alberta, what they did. Blocking, and then that basically gives, the Manitoba Police, RCMP, the power to
start handing out tickets and fining
and removing whatever. It's I don't know. What are they supposed to do?
Yeah, no. What other way are you supposed to protest, right? Like,
it's like I know so many people that they say the same thing. Well, it should always be illegal to block roads, and then why don't you stand on the side of the road and protest? Because it doesn't work.
Exactly.
Nobody cares.
Nobody listens then.
Like, unless you're somehow inconveniencing somebody, especially when it's peaceful, you're not doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
It's like
they've tried to be heard every other way they can be heard, and it's not working. Nope. So you have to do something.
Yep, 100%. Frankly, I wanted to bring that up way earlier. So if you're still listening and you caught that, great. I don't know how long people actually listen to these, so maybe they listen to the intro.
Let us know.
Yeah. But no, I totally am in support of all of that.
For sure.
But yeah, so I hope everybody had a happy and healthy, safe Halloween. Got some candy for the kids. You got to pay your dad tax.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I guess we'll shut her down. We're gonna be chatting with Mac, so it'll be another goofy one right after this.
For sure.
And then we're gonna shave him like an egg.
We will.
Yeah, smooth.
We're going to call him Humpty Dumpty after. Because we're going to throw him off a wall when we're done.
Yeah. He doesn't know what he's in for. I don't know why he agreed.
No, it's going to be an assault of epic proportions.
Yeah.
On all his senses.
Yeah. Ooh. But okay, folks, find us on social media, on Instagram at 2 Idiots Podcast. On Facebook, search for the 2 Idiots Podcast. On Twitter, 2 Idiots Show.
And by email, doubleidiotspodcast@gmail.com.
Oh, and go to YouTube and search for the 2 Idiots Podcast. There are a few. They're all inactive except us. So check out some stuff. Please subscribe.
Check out the highlights. Check out the episodes.
Yeah.
Subscribe. Follow the show. Give us a thumbs up on there.
Yeah.
And, let us know. Maybe put some comments in there. Let us know how you like it.
Wonder if that camera's still alive.
I don't know. It looks like the lens is closed.
Oh, fuck. Maybe it died.
Maybe.
Oh, well.
Anyway, you're going to hear this.
Oh, well.
And you're going to go to YouTube. And you're going to put some comments in.
Yeah, we stupid.
Yeah. But, yeah. No, we appreciate all the feedback.
We're going to start a Patreon.
Let's do
this
it.
week, we're going to start one. I just decided.
But for right now, if you want to help out the show, we can't reiterate it enough. Manscaped.com. Use the code IDIOTS at checkout. You're going to get 20% off and free shipping.
Yep.
And it goes to helping the show. If we get enough people to sign up, we get a sponsorship going forward. So.
And if you want some merch, we always have merch. We just don't have the actual store up right now because whatever.
Yeah. But you can basically forward it off to us and we'll get you some stuff.
You want a shirt? You want a mug? You want a hat? A toque? You want...
we're getting cold, man. You want a 2 Idiots toque to go rock it in style, keep you warm, keep you warm inside with your feelings when you're listening to us. You want to match that warmth on your head? You get a 2 Idiots toque.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Anyway, if you tell us you use the Manscaped code and you buy yourself a trimmer, maybe we'll get you a little small toque made for your boys.
A little ball sock.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's disturbing.
I know,
but
no one's gonna be honest with their size. Let's be real. I need an extra large.
Yeah,
large.
Get a large ball sock.
Banded so they stay on or
snapback. But yeah, I don't know. I'm glad to be back.
Let's get the hell out of here, Edge. They've heard enough of us.
The heck out of her. Okay, boys and girls, thank you for listening. Please rate, review, subscribe.
Do it all.
We love you.
We love you.
And remember, Elmo loves you.